The 28-year-old suspect arrested in connection with the murder of student Precious Ramabulana is expected to appear at the Moreboeng Magistrate's Court in Limpopo today. Ramabulana was found in a pool of blood with multiple stab wounds at her rented room at Mokemene in Botlokwa. President Cyril Ramaphosa visited the Ramabulana family in Maname outside Louis Trichardt yesterday. Lutendo Bobodi filed this report.
A family plunged into mourning as the country marks 16 days of no violence against women and children, a courtesy visit by the president. Family as well as traditional and faith leaders welcomed Ramaphosa to the Ramabulana homestead. The president said the envisaged trust will help highlight the impact of gender-based violence in society.
The family has decided that they would like to set up a Precious Ramabulana fund or trust, and we are going to support them in this because we believe that when we have non-governmental organizations like trusts that are aimed at addressing the issue of gender-based violence, we will be able to have national cohesion, we will be able to continue building the nation of our country.
The president reiterated the call for harsher sentences for gender violence offenders.
We are going to improve the criminal justice system to ensure that those who perpetrate these acts must know that once they are arrested and found guilty, they should never see the light of day anymore, and that once imprisoned, they must spend the rest of their days in prison.
The family has thanked the president for the support. Lutendo Bobodi, SABC News, Maname, Limpopo.
For the latest, Lutendo Bobodi now joins us. Let's cross live to him. Lutendo, a very good morning to you. What is happening where you are?
You know, I have to look over my shoulder because the magistrate can walk through any minute. This court is supposed to start at 9 o'clock. It's a high-profile case, given the circumstances and the outrage around the murder of Precious Ramabulana. A lot of people are expected to come through to give support to the family, although just a few have gathered outside. Unfortunately, we cannot show you those visuals because we've been given stringent conditions to sit in court before 9 o'clock. The suspect is here. I've seen him. Goodness, you could have seen the shackles right around his legs. He's considered a very dangerous criminal, and he has had, he's a client of SAPS, if you know what I mean. He's had a brush with the law several times. As I said, the court will start at around 9 o'clock, and a lot of people are expected to come through, being buzzed from different areas around the province.
Just give us a wrap-up of yesterday's the president's visit to the family.
Yeah.
Just the response to that.
Yeah. You know, people were quite excited. People thought that the visit by the president meant a lot, that he's taking seriously the issue of gender-based violence. He was accepted well there, and he addressed the people. He had a meeting with the family, and out of that meeting, a lot of things came through, like he wants to help them, the family, start a trust that will help highlight the dangers of gender-based violence. He was quite worried about the rates of gender-based violence in the province. I can tell you, believe it or not, 77% of women in Limpopo had experienced some form of gender-based violence in their lifetime, and 48% of men have admitted to have committed gender-based violence. Also, from that meeting, what came out of that meeting was that the president has pledged to help the family build a decent house, and also sent the younger sister to Precious Ramabulana to school.
And also, just take us back to the family. This is still fresh. It just happened last week. How are they at this moment?
Look, When I spoke, when I saw them yesterday, they looked a little bit stronger than they were last week. You know, last week they were, you could see that they were still shocked. And as we said last week, that the mother of Precious has slipped into some sort of a depression. She's not really mentally, not really stable because of a whole lot of things that went through. But yesterday she looked quite a bit stronger. You could see that she's now coming to terms with the passing away of Precious, and also the kind of support that she's been getting. I mean, the country's #1 citizen came through, and you know, you could see that she really appreciated it, and now she's holding her own.
Of course, this happens during a time when the country is marking 16 days of activism for women, against gender-based violence against women and children. How has this impacted on the conversations in Limpopo around this scourge?
You remember what I said last week, that every time this campaign starts in Limpopo, the rates of gender-based violence just skyrocket. I don't know how this happens. Always we report on these cases. Every time we're supposed to report on the progress that have been made since this campaign started. We report on the murders and gender-based violence. You know, that has of course impacted on people. People are wondering if these things will ever end. You know, it keeps on continuing, and people now are wondering if this campaign will
All right, we're going to come out of that conversation. The line is breaking there in a conversation with Lutendo Bobodi.